Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new, and welcome to our September monthly budget with me. I have already gone through and prepped and planned as much as I could regarding our September monthly budget, and I want to share that with you guys because obviously I've been doing this for like 6 years, which is wild. I think I'm going into year 7, so this would technically be like potentially my 7th September monthly budget video, which is insane. So anyway, I'm here and we're going to talk about all the things that are happening in September. So before we hop into our real budget with our real numbers and all of the things and our financial goals for September and our financial to-do list, I thought we would talk about September and what I know based on previous years. So what I know is that we're a little bit more spendy right now, just in general, no thanks to us. I believe that our spending habits, for the most part, are pretty much similar to what they've always been. Like we've never been the couple who is extremely frugal. We've always been pretty relaxed with our money, so long as we're meeting our financial goals. But of course, everything is super expensive right now. We went to a concert the other day. It was free, and we got 4 free tickets to a 50 Cent, Busta Rhymes, and Jeremiah concert by way of credit card points. So we got 2 tickets, and we got tickets for our friends. And you know, the concert and everything was free, but just stopping to get waters to take into the venue, because they allowed you to do that and you don't want to buy. If you can avoid buying anything at any kind of stadium or whatever, you most certainly should. And just to stop and get water was $6.16 for 2 bottles of water at just the nearest gas station, which was like some random Circle K, I think, which is insane. But anyway, I don't think our spending habits have much changed, but I do have to say that things are a little bit more expensive now. On top of that, our birthdays happen to be in the month of September, and we have a number of things going on in September. Now, September isn't technically Q4, but because September is a little bit more spendy for us because it's our birth month, I consider it to be like the start or the initial descent into Q4, which is chaotic because holidays and all of that type of stuff. So I'll kind of talk you through some of the happenings for September as we talk about the goals and the to-dos. Just know that it's a lot, and I wouldn't say I'm overwhelmed. I actually feel quite prepared, but it is going to be a lot happening in September. So let's talk. We're going to start with our goals / to-dos. So first of all, I have on here follow up with our financial advisor, which is something that we were supposed to do in June, or they were supposed to do, the company was supposed to do with us, but neither of us have done it. So it remains something that we need to do. And the reason why we were looking to follow up with our financial advisor is because I feel like I'm beating a dead horse, but at the beginning of the year, ish hit the fan and we had a lot of expenses. And so this year's been literally a hot mess. I'm over it. But we had so many expenses that we could not do our additional investing that we like to do. So we halted that, and we were going to reconvene or kind of touch bases around the middle of the year, but we have failed to do that. And honestly, I haven't reached out because we're in no position to really go back to investing at the rate that we were. So I've kind of 86'd it, and at some point we have to check in with our financial advisor in any given year anyway. So I'm just assuming this will be something we do in Q4 to prep for Q1 of 2024. Also, I have been needing to pay for my clinical exam and take the exam. However, I just got my approval to test, which is good for a year, which means that technically I have a year to continue to procrastinate, which is probably going to happen. I have on here that we want to save $4,000. You'll see based on our monthly income that I'm going to share with you that technically it won't allow for that to happen. But because September is going to be a month where we have an increased amount of income due to YouTube, we can expect that while we're not going to budget our money based off of that extra money, we know that it's coming, and we're going to do with it what we need to do, which is going to be saving it because that's kind of what we've been up to all year. Either saving, that's just pretty much what we've been on, saving money. We haven't much done anything else with our money besides spend it and save it. We also want to invest 15% of our paychecks, which is a monthly goal. And I have it on here because eventually I want us to start investing more of our paychecks as we get raises and stuff. So that's why it continues to be on here, even though it's a no-brainer. So one day I want to see that at invest maybe 20% of our paychecks. Another thing we want to do is, of course, pay our monthly credit card bill, which is due every month. We also may potentially register our truck. I'm not even going to talk about that, but just know we have a pickup truck that works, but it doesn't move because we have no use in driving around a pickup truck, mainly because the pickup truck, because of how we got it and the condition that it was in and is currently in, is not a reliable vehicle. So like until push comes to shove and we really need this vehicle, there's no point of even going through the process of registering it, or you'll see down here on the list, adding it to our auto insurance. It was on there before when we first got it, but then it broke down and then it sat for so long, and I'm like, we're not going to insure this our car insurance is already enough, our auto insurance. We're not going to insure this truck that just sits. That's weird. So we could potentially do that this month. We also need to renew our car tags, because even though the car that my husband drives is technically in my name, my maiden name, because I brought it to our marriage, and our second car is in both of our names, I guess because my birthday is the latest in September, they let us renew our car tags on that date, my birthday. So basically we need to renew both of our car tags by September. And if we do register our truck, since we will be at the place where we would need to do it, then we could also take care of all of those things in the month of September. But we do need to renew our car tags, because here in Georgia you do it on or before your birthday, which I don't know. I guess they're just letting us do it on my birthday. I guess it doesn't really matter. Literally, my husband's birthday is 11 days before mine. They must not care either. I am thinking about scheduling a massage, because I was thinking about what I'm going to do for my birthday. I don't work on my birthday. I won't be bothered and annoyed on my birthday. I just refuse. It is a blissful day for me. I don't care if anybody else cares anything at all about my birthday, but you know who does? Me. And you know who does take that as a time to kind of just take it easy, reflect, all of that type of stuff? Me. So I was thinking I might get a massage, because, well, I'm sure people get massages more frequently than me, but overcast. But I may make it a tradition. I got my first massage for my birthday like 10 years ago, probably longer than that. And so while I've only gotten a few more massages since then, I really do love them. And so I'm thinking about getting a massage for my birthday, and then probably taking myself out to eat. The thing about taking off for your birthday when everyone else is at work, which has been the case the last like 5 years, is that everyone else is at work. So if you take off for your birthday, you pretty much have the day to do what you want. And so it sounds to me like a slow day, waking up, taking my precious time, getting up, hanging out with my dog a little, responding to people telling me happy birthday, assuming that they will, and then going to get a massage and taking myself out to eat. Sounds like the ideal day to me. I also want to schedule a chiropractor. I went to one once. I got rear-ended by this person going like 50 something miles per hour and totaled my vehicle at the time. And so I had to go to the chiropractor following that. And I'm of the impression that I probably should be going back to the chiropractor. And this would have taken place before I even got on YouTube, so a long time ago. But I think I need to go back and maybe make that a part of my routine. Not because it sounds like something bougie and fancy to do, which is what I wrestle with, but because I really think like my back's been kind of low-key jacked up since then. But also because it's like in my head, it's like a preventative measure. And so if I can avoid some long-term chronic issues and all of that, then, you know, I feel like it's worth it. And when I was going following the accident, well, I got to go for a certain amount of time until they released me. And then they said I could continue to go, and I just paid $30 or $35 per visit. So I'm not expecting it to be like an arm and a leg, hopefully, but I'm thinking about that. And then also, I am thinking about buying my husband a birthday gift. And by that, I mean, we hardly exchange gifts, and we kind of just do it if we feel like it. We have discussed not exchanging gifts, or we talked about what each of us might want, and we came up with nothing. However, there's this one thing I've been thinking about getting my husband, and I can tell you the price. The price was, it varies. It can be, it could be anywhere from like, should I tell you? Yeah, he's not gonna watch this, and if he is, he's not gonna figure it out. It can be anywhere between $120 to $210 for this gift, and so I'm thinking about getting it. I don't know. It's definitely something he would like and enjoy, but probably something that he wouldn't buy for himself because he wouldn't care that much for it. So that's potentially going to be a thing. And then also, we are going to save $275 for sinking funds. I looked at our sinking funds just today, and I realized while we're on track with saving for all of our other, within our categories, well, we're on track with saving and hitting our target amounts for everything but our car insurance. We are not on track for that. So I've decided we're going to start putting like an extra $40 towards that fund so that when our car insurance comes due again, we will have enough. I also I have on here that to buy birthday supplies, food/drink. Our family is throwing us a birthday party, which my husband hasn't had a birthday party since he was like 8, and neither have I. Now, interestingly enough, my last birthday party was with my sister because my sister and I have birthdays that are actually closer than me and my husband. And I think our birthdays are like 9 days apart. So our last birthday party, I was like 8 and she was probably 13 or something. And I haven't had a party since then. My husband grew up an only child. He hasn't had a party since then. Our family members don't quite know that, but little do they know, we have never had adult birthday parties as adults. So we're gonna have our first ever birthday party in like 20 something years, and I'm pretty excited about it. So they're taking care of most of the things, but I was thinking we might contribute. So basically, I'm kind of preparing for potentially buying some type of, maybe we make a side, my husband and me, or maybe we don't do anything, but maybe we make a side, or maybe we buy some kind of drink or something. So I don't really know what the expectations are. I know we don't have to provide food necessarily, but that might be something that happens. So I'm just kind of prepping for that. I like to brace for impact, if you will. I've been thinking about signing up my dog for BarkBox, and for her birthday this month in August, I think I might sign her up for one, but if I don't, maybe September. This is one of those things that has been on this to-do list for like all year. Another thing I have on here is to book Airbnb for our cousin's trip. So me and like 13 of my cousins, actually one niece and one nephew, one of my nieces and one of my nephews, but everybody else outside of me and my husband would be their cousins. And basically outside of like a few nieces and nephews, most of us are cousins. We are taking a trip in October, and we booked, of course I'm planning this, I'm the lead planner, if you will. We booked our Airbnb. We paid the deposit the first half this month in August, and then the second part is due next month, September the 18th, and we need to pay for that. So each person is like $100, I think, per person. So people have paid their portions to me. So my husband and I will have to pay our portions in September, which is about $100 each. Also, I have on here to buy amusement park tickets. We're actually going to the location that we're going to because we wanted to try this or go to this amusement park, which is Busch Gardens. And so I can get us tickets through my employer discount for like $46 per person for a full day. And assuming we're actually gonna go there, we need to probably get our tickets in September. We could probably get them in October because the trip isn't until late October. So we might just wait, but I don't know. I'm thinking that we probably should get them in September. I like to kind of have things out of the way at least a month before I take a trip and just have to show up and buy food and that type of thing. So that's my preference. So we'll see if we book those in September. We also need to, or I need to send out, I don't need to, I have on here birthday wish list because folks are going to be asking me what I want for my birthday. One person already has, so I told her. And I know one friend wants to get me the 3rd book in the Lucy Score series. That book comes out in September. I already read Things We Hide from the Light and Things We Never Got Over. I don't know what the 3rd one is. Things something. And so that's like the one thing that I have on here that I'm trying to remind myself of to tell her. I don't know. Anyway, basically I'm just gonna start trying to think of things if people ask me for things. It's perfectly fine if they don't ask me for things, but seeing as how someone's already asked, I'm kind of bracing for if people do ask. I have no idea. Outside of the book, I told my one friend I wanted a hammock. And outside of that, I can't really think of much. It'll take some work, so I'll start working on that just for backup. A part of me doesn't want to really curate this list because then I might find some things that I want even though I wasn't thinking about it originally, but I gotta at least find like a few things. And then also, we are thinking about for our birthday gift to ourselves, especially if neither of us buy each other gifts, to go to a Gucci Mane concert in September. So I have on here everything with the question mark is potential. And then I have on here to pay my doctor's copay. Somehow I have to go to the dentist for a checkup and to the doctor for the checkup during my birth month, which is not ideal. But I know I'll have a copay, so I will need to pay for that. And then my friend Michelle has a birthday in September. One thing you should know about me is I don't want to say to not rely on my gift giving, but I'm going to say to not rely on my gift giving because I enjoy giving gifts, but I don't have to give a gift for any specific reason. I don't know how to explain it. I've probably tried to explain it before, but essentially, you know, I could potentially, like, I don't know, I'm not tied to gotta get this person a Christmas gift, gotta get this person a birthday gift, gotta get this person this and that. It's just like, if I do, if I do, if I don't, I don't. I don't know. That's just how I roll. So, I don't know. Do with that information what you will. But in September, I am hosting a bridal bachelorette brunch here. My friend is eloping, like, nearby. And so I was thinking at worst case scenario, I could host like a little brunch for her. There's only going to be just a few girlfriends, maybe like 9 max, or her plus 8 of us. So I can host 9 people here, and a couple people so far haven't RSVP'd, so they might not be coming. So I can certainly host like 6 or 7 people here. So I was thinking just like a cute little brunch, you know, I don't know. It'll be my first event that I host of that nature, but you know, that's kind of like my gift to them. Plus, I just found out she had a wedding registry this month, so I may purchase a gift and give it to her then. The reason why that's popping up in my brain is because if that's the case, then I would need to put that on the list of things to buy in September, even though she's getting married in October. So I may buy something in September, or I may buy something in October. I'm gonna try to push that to October because I was looking at the registry. Everything's on there kind of expensive. And so since September's already spendy, I may push that to October. And then because I don't know if everyone else is bringing a gift. That's not the goal. I mean, people might bring gifts if they want, but I didn't tell them to in the invite. So I don't know. Anyway, the last thing is to budget for student loans in October. So interest will start resuming in accruing in September, and payments will be due in October. And you know, we're highly thinking about, this has been the plan all along, of course, is to go ahead and pay off my husband's student loans. And then at any rate, even if we do, my student minimum payment will be due in October, which, by the way, if we pay off my husband, so for sure time that we're going to be student loan debt free, both of us, is next year. That's the goal. That's the goal. So I don't want them to accrue interest, although it's not going to be a lot because this balance is low. I don't know. We're kind of going back and forth because our 2021 car that we bought brand new 2 years ago, the balance is actually just shy of the student loan balance. So it's kind of like weighing the pros and cons, you know, trying to decide if we want to go back to being car loan debt free, which would be great, and pay off the car, or do we want to pay off these student loans, which is what the original plan was. I don't know. I don't know. We'll have to kind of see what the interest is looking like and see what's happening and whatnot. See what the minimum payment is. I'm assuming it's going to be less than our car payment, which is $314. So I have to keep you posted on that. But that's going to be all for our financial to-dos, tasks, goals. Let's talk about, finally, our actual September monthly budget. All right, so let's do this in like a few minutes since I already talked off your head. So first of all, we have our gym bill, which is going to be due on the 1st at $59. That is for both of us to have a gym membership, which my husband hardly goes, but I go every week, multiple times per week. Phone bill I have on here, but we just paid it in August, so it's not due again until November. And we just paid my husband's bill for 3 months, and for me, my bill is paid up until next April. I don't know why we paid up mine for a year and his for don't ask. So next up we have our car payment, which is due on the 7th at $314.34. Our electricity bill I just got, which is when I know that's when I'm like, all right, time to prep for the next month's budget. And then of course I can film this video. So I just got that, and that is going to be $312.70. It's Georgia. You know, there's no way around it. For cable, we are going to pay that, which is Sling TV, on the 10th at $40 even. Pest control for $50.60 on the 11th. Internet on the 11th at $80.30, which is through AT&T. Our mortgage on the 15th due at $1,611.23. Water/sewer is due on the 21st at, I'm guesstimating $80. Now in August it was almost $110, but typically that's because we dealt with filling up the pool and all that. Typically it's like $55. This was probably the beginning of the year, and before it was like $55. So I think inflation has it being more. I guess I'm kind of waiting for it to go back down to like $55, but it hasn't. So I'm just gonna budget $80 and hope for the best. Amazon Music is going up $1. I keep telling Jeff to count his days, because why are you, who wants to pay $16.99 for music? We do. Well, we don't want to, but we're going to pay it because we love it, especially when we host and have parties, which we host some kind of group of people at least like once a month, and it's just ideal. Plus, we really like it, but the fact that this keeps going up $1 is blowing me, especially because you can't tell me that you can't even convince me that many people have the family plan and that going up $1 is going to make that big of a difference. Like, it's just greed. But you know, it's one of those things that I wish that we can give up, and we did it once before, but it was so hard. So I don't think that's going to be something we're doing. For retirement, we are pausing on additional retirement, so nothing there. Security for our home through Vivint due on the 26th at $52.14. Life insurance for both of us due on the 27th at $42.19. Pet insurance for my puppy girl due on the 28th at $61.05. Netflix due on the 28th at $9.99 for one TV, by the way, because I get questions about that. I don't watch TV, so there's only 2 humans who live here, so we don't need to pay more than that. Although some people probably pay more and they have like the family plan and people have their login and stuff. I was thinking about that. That's not us though. So shopping, I'm gonna budget $1,644.47. I can already tell you right now, I'm a little bit nervous about that number, because as I think about it, all the things that I just told you that we're gonna be doing in September, like, I don't even know how much this brunch is going to be, and because I'm going to buy, I don't like buying decor that I can't reuse, but if I do, I make sure I'm spending very little money on the decor that can't be reused, like a $1 banner or a $3 banner, or you know, something like that I can't reuse. So my goal is to buy decor that I can then reuse. And her color she wants is red, so I was thinking if I'm strategic, I can get red stuff and then use it for Christmas or whatever. I don't know, I'll keep you posted on that. Investing through Stash is going to take place every Friday. There are 5 Fridays in September, so $100 for that. Sinking funds, $275, and then that would leave our savings at $1,750. We normally aim for $2,000. If I'm being honest, I don't even know if we will hit the $1,750. Something tells me we're going to be saving even less than that, only because while we're not planning to be extremely chaotic in September as far as it being our birthday month, like we're not planning to spend a whole bunch of money, I'm thinking with everything else that's happening in September, we might spend a whole bunch of money. So if I come back and we've saved like $5 as opposed to $1,750, just know I tried my best and all the other stuff got to us. Even I was looking at our goal, the task list, and I know that, as an example, renewing our car tags is only $20 per vehicle. And the massage, if I do 90 minutes, which that's a long time, is $130 plus a tip. So I don't know what that might be. So that's already a lot. I don't know about this chiropractor situation. I told you the price of my husband's birthday gift. I'm not sure about if I'm going to sign up for the Bark Box, which I think is like $30. So, you know, I think the doctor's copay is a pretty amount, like $100 or so. So it's definitely a good amount of expenses, and we'll have to see how it goes. Okay, you guys, so that is going to be it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Give this video a like. Subscribe if you're new and if you're liking what you're seeing, and I will catch you guys right back here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye, guys.